tell you guys a little story. And this isn't exactly like the most interesting of things, but it was weird. I want to talk to you guys about it. I want to see what your input is. Last night, at about 2 a.m., I go over to Jack in the Box, and this kind of pissed me off. I don't like it when this kind of happens, when this thing happens. I went to Jack in the Box, and I go through the drive-thru, right? Just picking up some food. Not much, just something to eat. I get into the drive-thru, and I get pretty much at the menu, right? The intercom thing. There's nobody there. It's pretty much a dry place, except there's one guy that I didn't see in the darkness. And right when I get up to the menu, he comes out from behind the menu, and he's just some white guy in a hoodie, right? And he's like, "Hey man, can I bum 2 burgers off you?" He wants me to buy him 2 burgers. I'm like, I can't really help you. Sorry, man. I'm not in the mood to do any good deeds today. And immediately after that, the guy is like, "Well, can I give you $5, and then you can buy me 2 burgers with the $5?" I'm like, I wasn't expecting that. Usually when I tell them, "Sorry, man, it's no good," they back off. They're like, "Okay, thanks anyways," and then they go do something else. I think because it was so late last night, it was like 2 a.m., and there was nobody else around. It was just me going through the drive-thru. This fucking guy was like, "You're my only hope. You're my Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you can't get this done, I don't get to eat burgers tonight." That's what I was getting the gist of from this dude. So in just a moment of insanity, I was like, "All right, I'll buy you 2 burgers." He hands me the $5, and I start trying to talk over the intercom, right? I'm trying to talk to the menu. The guy walks away at this point, but nobody's talking on the other side of the menu. And then after like 5 minutes of just kind of talking to myself, trying to get the menu guy to speak up, he goes, "Hey, I'm really sorry about that. We kind of have an incident going on. There's a dude walking around." And I'm like, "Is it the same dude that just hit me up for $5? It gave me $5 to buy him some burgers?" He's like, "Yeah, it's probably the dude. He keeps coming up to the window, and you're not allowed to walk up to a window in a drive-thru, right? They do not serve you that way. That's been that way for as long as I've ever seen anybody ever try and do it. You can't walk up to a drive-thru window and order food. You have to be in a car." So the guy is like, I'm like, shit. Well, the guy just gave me $5, and he wants me to buy 2 burgers for him. Can I still do that for the guy? And the employee says no. He says, "We can't do that for the guy. We can't have you buy him his food." I don't question it. At that point, I don't question it. I'm like, "Hey, the store said no. The guys who work at the store have the complete 100% legal right to deny service." And I'm like, "Cool. I will not buy him his burger, and I will give him his $5 back." I put in my food, and then I try to go up to that window, right? I know, we've already got some opinions flying in chat. I feel you. I try to get up to the window, but before I get up to the window, the guy that I'm trying to buy the burgers for, or at least was, is getting in a shouting match with the manager because the manager wants him to stand down on the corner. The way he's standing is like across from the window, and it's like really creepy. He's standing right across from the window, right? Bad place to be standing, apparently. He gets in a bit of a shouting match for like a minute or two. And then I wave him over. I'm like, "They won't let me buy you your burgers, man. I can't. It's no good. I can't buy your burgers. They won't. They are refusing service, and I cannot buy the burgers." He's like, "What? But I gotta eat tonight." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, man. They denied it." He's like, "Listen, please go up to the window and make 100% sure they will not let you buy 2 burgers for me. Please. It's my $5. It should be okay. Just please let them do that." And the guy seemed pretty sincere about it. I don't think he was going to pull out a knife or nothing. But he's like, "Just give him the customer is always right." He said some shit like that. Or deny that the 2 burgers are for me. He wanted me to just flat out lie. Like these guys would just forget. Like they would forget that I just asked to buy 2 burgers to get to this guy. "Oh, well then let me get 2 burgers for myself." Come on. These guys are not that fucking stupid. I get up to the window, the employee is there again, the manager's gone, and I go, "Look, man, this guy really wants me to ask you a second time if it's okay to buy him his burgers. Now, I got his $5, And I honestly don't mind. I will pick up his burgers for him. I will do the transaction here. But whatever you guys say is what goes. You're the establishment, and you're the one making the call here. If it's no good, I'm going to give him his $5 back, and that's going to be the end of it. And the employee goes, well, I could ask my manager again. I go, that's a good idea, because you want to be 100% sure on this. And anybody who works with a manager is going to be pissed off about this part, because the guy goes back into the back room. 10 seconds later, he comes back and goes, okay, the manager approves of it. So that obstinate stance of, no, you can't buy him his burgers, he went up to his manager, and the manager's like, oh, okay. Yeah, he can have he can buy the burgers. I mean, at first the manager, I'm sure the manager told that employee, don't let that guy have any food tonight. I'm 100% sure the manager said that, until I came in and asked a second time if I could buy those burgers. Then the manager did a complete 180 on their stance. Probably pissed the employee off like a lot, because he was not as friendly after that moment. When he came back, he was all business. He was like, all right, dude, what do you want? You know, and they were like, they argued for like a whole nother minute or two over what burger to fucking get. The guy didn't even know what burgers Jack in the Box has. He was like, you got like a double big burger, or you got like a big burger with bacon. The guy had like zero idea. Which makes me think he's a fucking druggie or some shit. Which wouldn't surprise me, because we got plenty of those around here. Finally, we get through that shit. And while we're working through that shit, the employee guy says, by the way, I had to call the cops on this guy because he's been around for a while. He's been harassing the store for a bit of time. We called the cops a bit ago. They should be here any minute. And I'm like, well, that's not my problem. That's his problem. I don't really, that doesn't bother me any. But that's the level that this place has kind of gone to. The cops are involved. So right when I get the food and everything, all the change, I get my food, I get the guy's burgers, the cop shows up. And the cop goes over to the guy and they talk it out. I drive past them and I park in a parking spot that's like right across the way. And I can kind of hear the cop say something like, you can't be here anymore, you gotta go. You're not allowed on this property as of right now, you gotta get out of here. And the guy is like, okay, it's cool, I just gotta go get my burgers from that dude over there and I'm out of here. And that's what happened. He gave over my car, he grabbed his bike. It was like, man, I'm sorry for the mess, but thank you for the burgers. I said something that was on my mind at the start of that. And what it was, I don't like being approached in my car when I am at the drive-thru, especially when I am in front of the menu. I don't like that because most of the time you've got other people in that drive-thru. And if I got dudes coming up to me and talking to me and keeping me away from ordering my food, I'm holding up all the people behind me. This night, in this particular night, there wasn't anybody there. But it's still like the practice, right? It's the principle of the thing. Normally, there would be someone behind me, and I would not want to hold them up because some random bum won't take no for an answer. But that's basically what happened today, is that he kind of pestered me and kind of came out of nowhere with, look, I got $5, will you buy me the 2 burgers? And I was like, fine, I guess that's all right. I mean, at least he's paying his own way. It's nothing out of my pocket. That was it. When I told him that, try not to bother people in the drive-thru, he kind of just shook it off and rode off. He just kind of rode away. He didn't say anything. And when it was all done, I kind of sat there thinking, I think I just rewarded this guy for being a pest. He did exactly what I would not like to see, and that is bugging people in a drive-thru. Going up to random guys in their cars and be like, can you buy me some food? I hate that. And I've been hating it more and more lately because it's been happening more and more lately. And I don't go to fast food a lot anymore, but the the times that I have been lately, it's kind of happened more often than not, and it's really weird. Sometimes it's not involving me, but this time it did, and I thought I would kind of do a good deed, but that good deed, I think I just rewarded the guy for pestering me, It's so weird. And I kind of was pissed off when it was over. It was maybe like 10 minutes of my time that I just killed helping this guy out. And, I mean, he was kind of a dick the whole time. He was yelling at the store. He was yelling at the manager. Apparently he was there for a while before I even showed up. The whole thing rubbed me the wrong way. And I think the real lesson here is, don't go to Jack in the Box. But also, I think it's don't fucking help people. I think it's just don't help people. I don't want to encourage that behavior. I don't want him to go up. Because what if the guy was a fucking freakazoid, right? What if the guy was a crazy dude with a knife and he wanted to stab my ass? Like, I can't have that happen. I don't want to get stabbed at a Jack in the Box. I gotta go home and play video games. What the fuck? I'm all worked up now. Give me a little bit. You guys think about it, Croker. I'll address what you've been saying. I gotta go get something to drink. I'll be right back.